My name is Jelani Dean, and today is Divine 9 Sunday. I'm here to tell you some facts about HBCUs. Many people have asked the question, what is an HBCU? Some people don't know what this acronym means, how these things came to be, and the deeply rooted significance weighing on not only Black culture, but Black American history. It all started in the city of Philadelphia, way back in 1837. Richard Franklin Humphreys came from the British Virgin Islands as a silversmith Quaker. After riots in Philly, he extended his brotherly love by dedicating 1/10 of his estate to establish the Institute of Colored Youth. Today we know it as Cheyney University of Pennsylvania. HBCUs were created to give the Black community a chance to excel in life, a chance to be educated, to educate others, a chance for Black Americans to reach their full potential, to make a difference for the better. This is the history that literally puts the H in HBCUs, historically Black college or university. That's it. That's the acronym, people. There are 107 HBCUs in the United States as of 2020, short of the original 121 HBCUs that existed during the 1930s. HBCUs only account for 3% of the country's colleges and universities, but check this out. Overall, 20% of African American undergraduate students are enrolled at an HBCU, and 40% of Black college students are awarded their bachelor's degrees by HBCUs. It's so important that everyone is introduced to the long-lasting HBCU movement. Whether you're Black, white, yellow, purple, or green, learn about HBCUs, teach about HBCUs. Lastly, acceptance. There's no secret that there's this hateful divide attempted between HBCUs and PWIs, predominantly white institutions. Students from HBCUs are just as smart, driven, and successful as PWI students. In some cases, even more, but honestly, it's not the school. It's the individual to determine these attributes from. Do not discredit an HBCU education. These days, companies are going straight to HBCU students and grads. To accomplish professional diversity within their workplace, accept and embrace every HBCU. A degree is a degree.
I am divine.
I am
divine.
Greater service, greater progress. I am Sigma Gamma Rho.
Culture for service, service for humanity. I am Phi Beta Sigma.
By culture and by merit, I am Alpha Kappa Alpha.
First of all, servants of all, we shall transcend all. I am Alpha Phi Alpha.
Community conscious, action oriented. I am Zeta Phi Beta.
Achievement in every field of human endeavor. I am Kappa Alpha Psi.
Intelligence is the torch of wisdom. I am Delta Sigma Theta.
Friendship is essential to the soul. I am Omega Psi Phi.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am
Divine.
I am divine.
I am divine.
I am divine.
Movements are easily birthed on HBCU's campuses.
We must love and protect each other.
We're all going through the same experience.
HBCU is somewhere where I can be completely myself.
The Black college experience provides the place to be in the majority. That is such a unique and empowering experience.
This HBCU experience has taught me that anything is possible as long as you have that one spark.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daphne Register. I will be your host for this special segment of Divine Nine Sunday. I am a member of the Greek organization Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and I serve in the Warner Robins Alumni Chapter as the Technology Committee Chair, and I also serve on the Southern Region Information and Communications Committee. I love my DST. For today, I have with me Dr. Alicia Dewheart, Jalen Day, and Brittney Pryor. Let's welcome them, everyone. First, just tell me a little bit about yourself and the Greek organization that you're a member of and the HBCU you attended.
Okay, so my name is Brittney Briscoe Perry. I am currently an educational specialist with the Mercer University Upward Bound program, where I work with and advise students from Bibb, Baldwin, Washington, and Hancock counties. I am also a financial coach and consultant, as well as a life coach. I attended the Fort Valley State University and became a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated in the fall of 2008.
Okay, so welcome and thank you for joining us. Okay, so next I have Dr. Alicia Dewhart. We'll go to you.
Hi, my name is Alicia Dewhart. I am the Director of Human Resources and Risk Management for a local government. I attended the Fort Valley State University, and I am a very proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Okay. All right. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Next, we have Jalen Day.
Hello, everyone. I am Jalen Day. I have the unique pleasure of serving as the graduate assistant for fraternity and sorority programs here at Mercer University in Macon, Georgia. And I also attended the Fort Valley State University, and I'm a brother of the ice cold Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today, Jalen. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. The first question that I have for you all is, why did you choose to attend an HBCU?
I always knew about HBCUs, but it wasn't my first choice. I wanted to follow the legacy of my mother, who went to Georgia Southern University. But at the time, I didn't have the good test scores to get into Georgia Southern. So I applied to Fort Valley State, I applied to Albany State, and I applied to some of these HBCUs, and I was accepted. So I went to open house to view the classes that I would be taking at Fort Valley, and immediately when I hit the campus, I knew that it was where I was destined to be. We have this reputation of being faithful and true, and it felt like a family atmosphere, and that's what I wanted. It was something that wasn't too far from home, and when I hit the campus, I knew that they had my best interest at heart, and that is why I chose an HBCU, but particularly Fort Valley State University.
Okay. So next, Britt, same question.
Yes. So an HBCU was not necessarily my first choice when it came to deciding which college I was going to go to. However, someone stated it earlier that, I was looking at going to a PWI, but they only wanted to give me partial scholarship. And Fort Valley State gave me a full ride academic scholarship with the CDEP program. And I also had felt some kind of loyalty towards Fort Valley State because I had been in the MC program, Math, Science, and Engineering Academy all throughout high school. And so I felt like they had invested so much in me already. It was just a good decision for me to actually continue my educational pursuits through Fort Valley State. And that's what I ultimately decided to do.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So Dr. Dewhart, same question to you.
So actually, Fort Valley was not my first choice. So actually what happened was both of my parents are graduates of Fort Valley, and my older brother attended Fort Valley as well. So it was kind of like, hey, you cannot break this family tradition and go somewhere else. You absolutely have to go to Fort Valley State. So that's actually how it ended. But I always knew I wanted to attend the HBCU.
And so I just want to talk a little bit about why you particularly chose to become a member or, pledge to be a member of that organization, and just to talk a little bit about the values and ideals concerning education for your Greek organization.
So the aims of Alpha Phi Alpha are manly deeds, scholarship, and love for all mankind. And I want to particularly touch on the love for all mankind because when I got to Fort Valley, that's immediately what I felt from the Alphas. Of course, all the other Greek organizations were active, but the Alphas, they showed me love, and it felt like I was a brother and I hadn't even pledged yet. And I think another reason I chose the Alphas is because they exude nothing but the best. And that's another reason why we're the first. But it was always excellence in the student leadership and academics. They were always first, and that was something that I loved. I wanted to be a part of an organization that walked what they talked, and that's literally why I chose Alpha, because Alpha was pulling something out in me that I didn't even know that I had, or that I didn't even know that was in me. So yes, that is why I chose Alpha.
Okay, that's good. All right, Dr. Dewhart, what about you?
So there was absolutely no question in which organization I would choose. I am a legacy. My mother is an Alpha Kappa Alpha woman. I have several aunts that are Alpha Kappa Alpha women. My sister. So, it was absolutely just no question which organization I would choose. But also, it was actually the service that they provided. I remember when I first arrived on the campus of Fort Valley State, it was those ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha that welcomed me and kind of showed me around, because I didn't know anyone other than my cousins and my brother at the time. So it was those ladies that just kind of took me in and just kind of, introduced me to the HBCU life. It's one thing to just hear about it, but when you actually arrive, it is if you don't necessarily come from that, it can be a culture shock at first. Mm-hmm. And so that was just something that really helped me identify with those young ladies.
Okay, that's good. What about you, Brittney?
So for me, growing up, most of my mentors and women that I looked up to, most of them were actually Deltas. But when I got to Fort Valley, I was looking around and I just started to research, well, there are actually other sororities out there. Like there are other people and things like that. And so I started doing my research. And when I saw that the Zetas, their ideals were scholarship, service, sisterhood, and finer womanhood, that finer womanhood just stuck out to me. It was something different that I didn't see in any of the other ideals that I saw during doing research and things like that. And so it made me want to know more. And then when I saw the Zetas on campus, I realized that they were all individual people, but they were all able to be themselves. That just stuck out to me, where I could see it would be a really girly Zeta, and then you might see a Zeta who was, wore boots and, blue boots all the time. It was just I just was amazed at how so many different people can come together and actually do so much, have so much in common and do so much good for the community at the same time, and also have fun. So I just really just did my research and looked at the whole picture and saw where would I feel at home and what group of people would I feel, connected to naturally, and not just something that I wanted to just do just to get some letters. I just really felt connected to them on campus, and that's what I decided to do.
Okay, that's good. That's really good. And so that all of your answers kind of lead us right into the next question that I have for you. And that is just tell us just a little bit about an unforgettable experience that you maybe credit to your organization or being at your historically Black college or university, which is Fort Valley State University for you all.
I think the biggest thing for me was doing orientation. I had a lot of upperclassmen that really poured into me, that really told me, hey, if you get active here at Fort Valley, that will make your experience. And I took that, took those lessons, and I carried that with me throughout my whole time at Fort Valley. And ultimately, the biggest thing that I hold with me for accomplishing while being at Fort Valley was becoming Student Government Association president. And the reason I say that is because I struggle with a lot of self-doubt coming from a low socioeconomic background where a lot of people weren't educated in my area, where a lot of people weren't part of Greek organizations. And I think that I took what was offered to me, and I really honed in to, like, Jalen, you can really be anything you want to be. You have a team of people here at Fort Valley that believe in you, that are going to pour into you. And I think that's the biggest thing that I hold about my experience was becoming president, because it showed me that, there are no limits. If you trust in God and you put in the work, listen, there's no limits to where you can go. And I'll take that with me forever.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Next, I think Dr. Dewhart, I'll let you answer that question.
I can't think of just one particular thing, but I will say that Fort Valley State made me just a well-rounded person, because initially when I arrived at Fort Valley, I was actually shy. I didn't like to talk a lot. And, just interacting with other students, like-minded students, really, really helped me to open up and expand. And now people are actually surprised when I say I used to be shy and didn't talk. But I have to also say it was absolutely the homecomings growing up too. Okay. I just cannot forget, when you're small, you're going to homecomings. I mean, if you've never been to a Fort Valley State homecoming, you are missing a treat.
You are. I didn't go there, but I've been to many, and it is everything. All right. So Brittney, I'll let you answer that question.
Okay. So I guess something that's most memorable for me attending Fort Valley State was, the thing is, growing up, I dealt with a lot of rejection. Like Jalen said, a lot of self-doubt and things like that. And so, but I was still popular. I had things going for myself, stuff like that. But, it's one thing to be a big fish in a small pond. And so, I was afraid of going off to college and, will I be, known for something, or will I be, will I have the type of experience that you would want to have in college and things like that, and struggling with that self-doubt of, will I get swallowed up in the sea of all these people when I leave home and things like that. But I got to Fort Valley and I decided to run for Miss Freshman, and 35 girls actually, entered that race, and I actually won. And so that did a lot for my confidence. It did a lot for, me to stop doubting myself and believing that, you can compete with, people from across this country and you can win, you can come out on top.
How has attending an HBCU and or Greek life impacted your life, career trajectory? Like, what has it done for you currently, where you are now in your life? So anybody can chime in and answer that.
I'll definitely chime in and say that it's important to realize that it's not what you know, but it's who you know. Mm-hmm. And at the time, while being at Fort Valley, coming toward senior year, I really didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew that I was interested in higher education. So I applied for the higher education leadership program here at Mercer. And the vice president of student affairs and the vice provost of academic affairs, both at Fort Valley State, were both Alpha men. And I was very active on campus. So I used that to my advantage, frat brothers and being active on campus, to say, hey, can you write that letter of recommendation for me? In doing that, I got into the program and was afforded a graduate assistantship. So I guess, giving people the best version of yourself will set you up, no matter what environment you're in. So I'll always take that and hold that with me as well.
That's good. But in terms of just ending thoughts for students possibly thinking about attending an HBCU or joining a Greek organization, do you have any ending thoughts?
I would just say that research the school. Research the schools, know what it is that you want to major in. That's probably one of the biggest things and challenges that students have when they go to college, is they aren't really quite sure what they want to major in. So researching the school, reaching out to your counselors, reaching out to some of the organizations within the community can also help students apply for college. I know several organizations have target programs. I know Alpha Kappa Alpha has one where we it's called the CAPS program, the college admission process, that we help students make it a little bit easier for them to enroll in college.
I will leave them with this. I will say, don't let your fraternity or your sorority be your greatest asset. And I think that it should add to your life, and it shouldn't be your life. And the reason I say that is because a lot of students go to campus and they haven't gotten exposure to everything else, but they just know they want to be Greek. And I will say that if after you do your research, of course, like Miss Alicia said, definitely get involved. Get involved, because that's going to make the experience. As much as you are looking at the fraternity or the sorority, also know that they are watching you. So at all times, make sure that you're giving people the best version of yourself, and don't hesitate to ask questions, because the community that you are at, whatever university, is full of resources, and there are people there to help you become the person that you want to be. So don't be scared. And I think that's what I had to realize. Like self-doubt will destroy you if you allow it to. But you have to get to a point where you have to believe in yourself. And that's definitely what I would say to close it out. Believe in yourself and do your research, and know what it is that you want out of this organization, and go forth and be great, and never doubt yourself, because you can do it. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, Brittney.
Yes. So I would say pretty much the same thing that everyone has said is research. Make sure that you at least have some idea of what you're looking for, be it within the school or an organization. Just make sure that you're doing things for the right reasons. Know why you're doing something, and make sure that you're not doing something based off of what society tells you should be doing or shouldn't be doing.
That's good. Well, we really appreciate all of you all participating in our Divine Nine Sunday. You have all dropped some great gems and some great information about historically Black colleges and universities, and about Greek organizations. If you go to our website, mywisdom.com, we'll have more information on there about some different virtual tours that you can possibly go on, and just some more information about historical Black colleges and universities and Greek organizations that are able to provide that info. Thank you so much for joining us.